Part 23, The First Year of Living in a New Land. Living in a new country was both challenging and exciting. I enrolled my two sons in their new schools, one at Glenfield College and the other at Windiridzien Primary School. It was a big change for all of us, but I felt the same joy they did. This was the opportunity I had always dreamed of for them. Ever since I traveled to the US in 1997, I knew I wanted to give my children the chance to study in English. I had struggled for years to learn the language myself, and I didn't want them to face the same challenges. If they could start learning English at an early age, their lives would be so much easier. They wouldn't have to waste years struggling with it like I did. English is the international language, and fluency opens up access to endless information and opportunities. I wanted their futures to be brighter, with fewer barriers. I often reflect on how much time I spent trying to learn English. It feels like a regretful part of my journey, and I wanted more for my children. Life is short, and I wanted them to have every advantage I could give them. Driving in New Zealand was a bit challenging at first because of the different driving direction, on the left side of the road. There were many things we had to adapt to quickly, but we managed. I began my studies, focusing in my first year on courses that prepared me for research. With little research experience, these courses were incredibly helpful. Additionally, I had to read a lot of research materials, which kept me very busy. I didn't have a job, so my husband, who visited us regularly, supported us financially while I focused on taking care of my kids and my studies. That year, my mother-in-law passed away while we were living abroad. One of the hardest parts of being far from home is not being able to be with your loved ones during their final moments. When my husband called to tell me, I struggled to find the words. My younger son was especially upset, as he had been raised by her. It was a difficult time for all of us. A year passed, and my two sons and I successfully completed our studies. By the end of the year, we decided to return to Mongolia, as we missed our country and family. The kids were thrilled to go back home. 2 months flew by quickly, and before we knew it, it was time to return to New Zealand to continue our studies. My oldest son was entering his final year of college, and the youngest had moved up to Glenfield Intermediate School. I began my research, and life quickly became busy once again. One of the highlights during this time was being recognized as the top student in my final year of study and receiving the award for top student from the School of Accountancy, Massey University, as well as the Excellence Award from the New Zealand Institute of Chartered Accountants. While I didn't focus too much on the recognition itself, it opened the door to an incredible opportunity, the Letting Light PhD scholarship from Chartered Accountants Australia and New Zealand, valued at 20,000 New Zealand dollars. Additionally, I was awarded a research grant from the Accounting and Finance Association of Australia and New Zealand to support my work. Life in New Zealand kept getting better, and we truly loved living in such a beautiful place. See you in the next video.